Hey, what's up guys? So in this video, I'm going to be covering how to make a custom plugin in Godot. I'm going to be covering creating your custom plugin name and files, and also setting up a custom node script so that we can register any node that we want to create inside of our Godot project. And this will make it easier to add custom nodes to our game and also transfer them between projects, so that we can save on development time in the future or between users online. So to get started here, I've made this example project. Literally all I have is my plugin files right here in the bottom left, and then I have my button, which is a custom node which I've defined, and this is registered inside of my project, so that if I add a node with Control A or just the create new node button, I can search for button, and you can see that my button is defined inside of the project settings, and I also have a custom icon for this. And obviously when I add this to my game, I can define the text that displays on it and all the properties that are inherited from the button class. Now, the only thing different, which I've kind of specified in the script, it'll print a special message when you click the button. And this is really the only addition to the node since it's an example, but you can obviously do a lot more than this since you're really just working with a script. So basically, the sky's the limit and you can code any sort of custom node that you like. So to get started, I'm actually going to delete all the files that I already have in here. I'm going to drag my texture outside of this just so I can use it later, but this entire custom plugin folder is going to be deleted, and actually I'll delete the add-ons folder too in case you do not have an add-ons folder. I'll just show you kind of how you would get this set up from zero. So first thing we want to do is go up to the project tab at the top. We're going to go into project settings and go over to the plugins tab. We're going to click on create new plugin, and we're going to fill in some of the values here. So I'm going to call it custom button plugin. The folder is just going to be called the same thing, but I'm going to use lowercase and underscores. So custom button plugin. The description, we can leave this blank. The author is going to be me. And then the version, we can also leave this at 1.0 by default. Language, obviously GDScript for this tutorial. And then the script name is going to be called custom button underscore plugin.gd. And then we're going to activate it now and click on create. And this will open up our script in the editor. I'll zoom in here a bit so that you guys can read this a bit more easily, but it's going to automatically add a few things that we need. And these are also requirements for any plugin script that you make. Now, the first thing we need to make sure is that our plugin script is a tool. You can create a tool script by using the @tool annotation at the top of the file. And then we also want to verify that it extends from the editor plugin class. And we also have these functions that is created by default. We have the enter tree and exit tree, and these functions are just good practice to use for initializing and freeing resources. If you are using a tool script, this makes a lot more sense, especially for a plugin. Now, inside of here is where we're going to be registering the node into our project. But before we do that, we have to actually make the node. So we're going to go back into our add-ons folder, which has been created automatically. We're going to go into the custom button plugin folder, which is our plugin that we're working with. And we're going to right click here and create a new script. And the name of the script is just going to be called the name of the node. So in this case, I'm going to call it my underscore button.gd, and we're going to create this and open it up in the script editor. And it is important to note the path that you're saving the script in. I'm putting it inside of the root of my plugin folder, and this is because when we write out the name later in a function, we're going to make sure that it extends from this root folder, and in this case we're just going to type mybutton.gd as it's in the root, but I'll explain that more later. Basically what we want to do in this script is we're going to extend the button class, and this will give us access to all the basic properties that we'll need to make a button. And then we're also going to make sure it is a tool script as well by writing @tool at the top of the file. And then we want to make two functions here. We're going to define function enter tree, and inside of here we're going to access the pressed signal, and we're going to connect it with .connect to a clicked function. And now we need to define this clicked function, so I'm going to copy and paste right here as function clicked. And then inside of here, all we're going to do is execute some code, which will be printing the button has been clicked. And again, this is a very basic example of a custom node, as we are literally just printing to the output, but you can really define anything you like inside of here, as it is just a script. Now, once we have our script created, we want to go back into the custom button plugin script. And this is the main script for our plugin. And inside of here, we're going to place a new line in each of the methods, which is already defined. So we're going to delete the filler on enter tree first. And when we do enter the tree, all we want to do is add a custom type. And this is adding a custom node type. And we're going to need the name of it. So we're going to call it my button. And then we're going to add it under the button class. And then I'm going to zoom out here so we can read this entire line. But next up, we're going to preload. And the thing that we are preloading is the script. So we're going to type my button.gd. And I kind of mentioned this earlier, but we don't have to put the full path, as this is kind of relative to the plugin. So since our script is at the root of the plugin folder, we can just type the name of the file, and that will load correctly. And then same thing for the icon texture, but I'm actually going to drag this in. So I have my little button icon that I've created, and it took about 10 seconds and kind of looks really ugly, but we're going to use it anyway. So I'm going to put it inside the root of my plugin once again, like the script, and then I can just copy the name by copying it like this and preloading this as well, just like that, mybutton.png for the icon. And lastly, we're going to make sure that we remove our custom type when this plugin exits the tree so that we can disable this properly. So inside of the exit tree method, we're going to type remove custom type, and the custom type that we will remove is my button. Make sure there aren't any typos here. This is kind of important that these two parameters match perfectly. And that should be it for our script. So we're gonna go ahead and save this. And then depending on which order you've actually added your scripts and typed everything up, you may need to restart the editor here for the changes to actually take effect. And that also may resolve certain bugs that may appear. Like I think I have a bug here. I don't exactly know what that is, but I don't think if I try this now, oh, I can. Okay, so I didn't need to restart the editor. But if it's not working at this point, make sure to try that first. But basically, if I go back to my 2D scene here, I can go ahead and Control A or just click this plus to add a new node. And then I have my button node defined under the button class. And if I add this, it behaves as you would expect a button to. I can put some text on it. And then if I go ahead and run this project, I click it and it prints "you clicked me," which is the code that we wanted it to execute inside of the mybutton.gd script. So you can see that this system is very useful and powerful. If you want to create more complex plugins, you can obviously do that as well, as you're essentially making an entire Godot project, but it's contained inside of this custom folder, which you've defined as a plugin. And this makes it really easy to move or reuse plugins in different projects or send them over to other team members. And you can also go back into the plugins tab in the project settings and simply disable the plugin if you want to, disable it at any point. So basically a very streamlined and powerful system. But that'll do it for this one. So thanks for watching the video. I hope the tutorial was easy to follow along with. If you learned anything new or would like to share any optimizations or tips, make sure to leave those in the comments. And also, if you're having trouble with anything game dev related, you can go ahead and join my Discord server, which should be linked in the description of the video. And we have a channel there where we have a lot of people dedicated to helping out with different coding related projects and just game dev in general. You can also promote things you're working on, so it's just a pretty chill place to hang out. So if you want to join that, go ahead and do that. But thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.